Barry, I feel like incredibly fortunate to have been able to evaluate you today. I feel like I've listened to your speeches, though, until the time I've been with Toastmasters, and you're such a really energetic and magnetic speaker. I feel like people just tune right into what you're saying because you use really great language, and there's just something about your personality that is very engaging. So I love that you started off your speech with the Yeats quote. I thought that was really a really great way to start the speech, and it kind of set the tone for everything. I also love that you ended with the same quote. I thought that was a really nice way to tie it all up. I also I have so many notes. Like, how do I keep this to 2 minutes? Um, I I also love that you're typically a really humorous person, and that you would never really guess that you've got all this other stuff going on at home or and just in your life in general. I think that that also speaks a lot about who you are. But I also really loved the vulnerability that came out in this speech. I think that's something that really ties us together as humans, and I think it's really important that we do share that vulnerability. A couple things that I was thinking as you were talking though, and I wanted to bring that up. So you spoke very quickly kind of at the beginning, which I had a little bit of a hard time following. So you introduced Andrew right away, and I was thinking like, wait, is this I wasn't sure if this was a storyline from something or if this was actually something that was happening to you, or that had happened to you. And so to me, I think a little bit of introduction there would have been helpful. That story also really stuck with me because it reminds me of some stuff from my past. And so I was like immediately like, oh, I want to know more about this. And then we changed subjects and went to something else. So I think for the purposes of an inspiring speech, what I would have really liked to hear from you about this was maybe a specific thing that struggle or something in particular, so that we could really connect with it. And then the back end of that then is of course like the way that you've come overcome it, or the ways that you've worked through it, or a mindset, or whatever it may be. I think you did a really great job of like the moral kind of being like you have to learn to do things, you have to choose a different maybe a different life or a different outcome or whatever. I really loved that aspect of it, and that God gives us things that we need to be the best that we can. I really loved that as well. So you had so many great things going with it, but I felt like it kind of jumped around a lot, and I wasn't really quite sure. Like it kind of just felt like it was a little bit too scattered. Um, but I think you did a really great job. And like I said, I think the vulnerability here was really important because it really allows us to connect with each other as humans, because we all have things. So great job, Barry. I thought that was a really great speech, and it was really great to get to know more about you. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Oh, Mr.